Hello, good evening. Welcome to the March 21st, 2018 meeting of the Penfield Town Board. I'd like us to please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Now we'll move on to the call of order.
Cole?
Here.
LaFountain is absent. Metzler?
Here.
Moore?
Here.
Quinn?
Here.
Great, thank you. Next on tonight's agenda is the public hearing. Public hearing is entitled to consider adopting local law number 1 of 2018 to extend the moratorium and prohibition of public golf course redevelopment on real property located within the town of Penfield.
The legal notice was published in the Penfield Post on March 15th, 2018, posted on the town's website and town clerk bulletin board. No postcards were mailed due to this being a town-wide action.
Okay, great, thank you very much. I will ask our town council if everything looks in order.
Yes, it does.
Okay, thank you very much. So we'll go ahead and open up the public hearing. Is there anybody that would like to speak in front of the town board regarding this matter? Yes, please come forward. If you could, just give us your name and address, that'd be great. Thank you.
My name is Fritz Odenbach. I am the co-owner of Shadow Lake Golf and Restaurant.
Yep.
And along with my partner, my business partner, Gary Hasley, we purchased Shadow Lake from Dolomite approximately 2 years ago. And I'm here tonight to ask the members of the board to please consider not extending the moratorium on Shadow Lake. And I'll tell you the reasons why. The Shadow Lake moratorium, along with the negative publicity that has been going on over the Shadow Pines issues, have had a very negative impact on our daily business. People still associate Shadow Lake with Shadow Pines, when in fact we have nothing to do with Shadow Pines or not affiliated with Dolomite. In the past 2 years, we've lost golf tournaments to Eagle Vale and other clubs. We've lost weddings and parties because people read about Shadow Pines, they think Shadow Lake is the same and we're going to go out of business. Parents of brides will not put a deposit down for 6-8 months down the road because they're nervous that we aren't going to be there, when in fact this is completely the opposite. My family, the Odenbach family, built Shadow Lake 40 years ago, and it has a very special place in my heart. We're doing our best to make Shadow Lake a great asset for the town of Penfield. We're spending money improving both the golf course and the restaurant. Our goal is to make Shadow Lake a better place for everyone. We feel another year this moratorium will continue to have a negative impact on our goal of doing this. And I ask you, what reasons now are there to continue and justify this moratorium for a third year? Year one, I understand, because it was still owned by Dolomite, and we bought it 2 months after the moratorium went on. Year two, we were surprised and shocked because we didn't see that coming and we didn't know why we were associated with Shadow Pines. And then today, this is going on a third year, when there's no plans for development. We're just trying to improve the golf course and restaurant and continue to run a business, and it's a little difficult with this black cloud hanging over our heads. I ask you, why just Shadow Lake? Why not Penfield Country Club and other large properties? If it wasn't for us buying Shadow Lake, the town would be dealing with an issue like they did with Shadow Pines, probably with Shadow Lake right now. So I feel we're doing a good thing for the town. We want to continue to do a great thing for the town. We want to make it an awesome place for everybody. So I just ask you to please consider dropping this moratorium on Shadow Lake. There's really no good reason why it should be on, as far as I can see. So that's it. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very much for coming tonight. Appreciate your comments.
Thanks.
Any other speakers tonight? There's a couple different ways that you can contact us. One is obviously by being here at the Penfield Town Board or Town Hall meeting. Another one is via email or via fax. Okay. Town Board, any comments moving forward? There's public hearing to hear from the public. All right, any other opportunities from any speakers in the audience? No? Okay, thank you. I will go ahead and close the public hearing for tonight. Thank you. Moving on to communications and announcements.
Okay. Penfield residents in need of a new or updated passport are invited to attend Passport Night in Penfield on Thursday, April 5th, 2018, from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. at the Penfield Town Hall, 3100 Atlantic Avenue. This service comes to Penfield through the partnership of Monroe County Clerk's Office and my office, Penfield Town Clerk. There will be a fee change for passport services when applying for passport or passport card beginning April 1st, 2018. There will also be another change in which applicants under the age of 16 must appear with both parents or legal guardians. Only one parent or guardian may appear if the parent or guardian that is not present completes and has notarized a DS-3053 form, that's a statement of consent, along with the absent parent or guardian's driver license. For more details and the complete list of fee changes, please contact me at 340-8629, visit our town website, or go to monroecounty.gov. Thank you.
Thank you, Amy. Town offices will be closed on Friday, March 30th in observance of Good Friday. The library will be open during its regular hours, but will be closed on Easter Sunday, April 1st. For those who celebrate, we hope you have a wonderful and hopefully warm holiday weekend. Thank you.
I have just one announcement this evening. Each year as the snow melts and temperatures begin to rise, the town starts to receive calls and emails from residents asking if and when the repairing of any damaged lawns from our snowplows will begin. The Highway Department tends to begin the repair of all lawns damaged by their road and sidewalk plows, pending the long-range forecast. Crews will replace sod, bring in topsoil, and seed the damaged areas. Additionally, DPW will also be attending to the following items throughout the spring: filling in of potholes, repairing or replacing mailboxes and sidewalks damaged from highway snowplow blades, trimming and clearing of tree limbs in our parks and public areas, cleaning stormwater drainage ponds and our sewer systems. As a reminder, brush drop-off is open year-round at 1607 Jackson Road to residents Monday through Friday, 7:30 a.m. to 3 p.m., except on holidays. We have a great group of dedicated people working at our DPW, and the board thanks them for another great job this winter. Thank you.
Thank you, Paula. The Penfield Recreation Department has begun the process of updating its 5-year master plan. This master plan is a tool used for developing future recreation programs, parks, and facilities over the next 5 years. As part of this process, the Recreation will be creating a steering committee consisting of 10 to 12 members of the Penfield community. It will also include Penfield officials and town staff. The steering committee will be responsible for reviewing demographic and facility data, engaging the community in dialogue regarding future direction of the recreation programs in Penfield, and formulating options for addressing programming and facility needs. Recommendations for this committee will be given to the town board. In addition to the recreation master plan, the town is currently undertaking its 2020 comprehensive plan. The work of these two committees will directly affect and influence future land use in Penfield, including that of the Shadow Pines property. Those who are interested in serving on the Recreation Master Plan Committee should contact Chris Bilo, Recreation Director, by Friday, April 6th at bilo@penfield.org. Residents wanting to be a part of the 2020 Comprehensive Plan Committee can contact Supervisor LaFountain at supervisor@penfield.org. Once the Comprehensive Planning and Steering Committees have commenced their work, the town board plans to form a Shadow Pines Land Use Committee. That process will likely be in late 2018, moving into 2019. Thank you. Yes.
Okay.
I have two announcements. My next community chat will be Tuesday, April 17th, from 5:30 to 7 in the New Book area at the library. And my second announcement is the Penfield Players Spring Main Stage Theater performance of A Comedy of Tenors by Ken Ludwig will open on Friday, April 27th at 8 p.m. This production will be held at the Community Center through May 12th. Be prepared for an uproarious ride full of mistaken identities, bedroom hijinks, and madcap delight. Tickets can be purchased through PenfieldRec.org or on the night of the performance. Information regarding the players is available at PenfieldPlayers.org. And that's it.
Thank you. All right, moving on to public participation. Anybody want to speak before the town board here in the audience on any matters? Yes, sir. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
Again, Fritz Odenbach, thank you. I guess I want to ask the board why the moratorium is going into effect, what the reasoning is?
Well, I would say that the town has made it very clear that it's going to be formulating a 2020 comprehensive committee. And so we're in the process of doing that as we speak, getting committee members. And so we just want to make sure that with the Shadow Pines property, which the current moratorium expires, I believe, on March 30th, and we believe the closing on that property will be at some time in mid-April, that we're covered during that time year, and that we're covered for the period of time that the comprehensive committee will be established and start reviewing all properties within the town of Penfield. So it's more of just a safeguard in that respect.
A safeguard, even though we have no plans to develop or anything like that, it's just, you throw it on Shadow Lake and nowhere else in town?
Well, I mean, yeah, what we're trying to do is just to ensure that nothing happens. Whether or not you say that there is no plans, I trust that you are correct on that. I believe that the town wants to move forward or has the desire to move forward with just the safeguard of ensuring that why this comprehensive committee is in place and then makes their recommendations. So we have not made a decision as of today. That's what the public hearing was for, to hear from the public on that. And, we take your comments very seriously.
Okay, I just think that you guys would know of anybody if there were any plans, and certainly there isn't. And secondly, what's to stop anybody else in town from building 100 houses or 50 houses, but it's just, this moratorium is just stuck on Shadow Lake?
Well,
Like, it doesn't seem to be a consideration for our business, and, it's like having a black cloud over your head. It's tough.
No, I understand, and I certainly think that, I'm not going to speak for the entire town board, but, whatever the town can do to promote or help anybody that might think that, that your business, that Shadow Lake is being interfered with, or they may change their plans, whether they want to have, a corporate event or some type of a wedding because of a moratorium. I think that we can do our part to make it very clear that it's not dampering their opportunities to do so. I mean, we want the business to thrive. We want the golf course to be operational, successful, and profitable for the foreseeable future. I don't think there's anybody in this town board, quite honestly, I don't think there's anybody in the town of Penfield that would say otherwise. And so, I think that we're certainly prepared to step up and make it very clear to anybody that you think that we need to communicate with, to let them know that, Shadow Lake is thriving based on what you say, and I trust your judgment.
Yep.
And it's a fantastic place to hold golf tournaments, weddings, events, go there for, brunches and so forth. All the multiple opportunities that you offer, and we offer that to you, to be able to make sure that people understand that.
Okay, I appreciate your consideration. Okay,
Yep.
thank you.
Thank you. All right, public forum, anybody else? Okay, again, there's an opportunity at the end of this committee. There's two opportunities for public forum. There'll be one right at the conclusion or before the conclusion of the town board meeting. Let's go ahead and move on to agenda item number 5, additions and deletions to the agenda. Are there any additions or deletions? Not hearing any, we will move on to the approval of minutes, item number 6. Approval of minutes for February 21st, 2018.
I move the minutes of February 21st, 2018.
I'll second.
Okay. Moved by Councilwoman Cole, second by Councilman Quinn. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Or we can go down.
Cole,
Aye.
Metzler.
Aye.
Moore,
Aye.
Quinn.
Aye.
4 ayes.
Okay, thank you. Moving on to agenda item number 7, petitions. Have there been any petitions filed before this board?
No.
None? All right, thank you. Item number 8, resolutions by function, law and finance.
Authorization to attend New York State Town Clerks Association Conference.
So moved.
Second.
Whereas the New York State Town Clerk Association is dedicated to promoting the professional development of town clerks across the state as administrative leaders. And whereas the New York State Town Clerks Association's 36th conference has been scheduled at the Desmond Hotel and Conference Center in Albany, New York, April 22nd through April 25th. And whereas this conference provides vital information from state agency representatives and valuable training sessions on professional development for town clerks. Now therefore be it resolved that Town Clerk Amy Steckloff and Deputy Clerk Lisa Grosser are hereby authorized to attend the 2018 New York State Town Clerks Association Conference, and the funds to attend this conference are included in the Town Clerk 2018 budget. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Any discussion on this resolution? Hearing none, roll call vote, please.
Cole.
Aye.
Metzler.
Aye.
Moore,
Aye.
Quinn.
Aye.
4 ayes. Setting a public hearing to consider the issuance of a conditional use permit to allow a nail spa at 1802 Penfield Road.
So moved.
Second.
Whereas an application has been received by the Penfield Town Board for the issuance of a conditional use permit pursuant to Section 250-5-10 of the code to allow a nail spa at 1802 Penfield Road, located in the Four Corners zoning district. Now therefore be it resolved that the Penfield Town Board is best suited to act as lead agency within the meaning of the State Environmental Quality Review Act, and thus does hereby designate itself as lead agency pursuant to seeker. And be it further resolved that the subject application is determined to be an unlisted action pursuant to the State Environmental Quality Review Act. And be it further resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Penfield shall hold a public hearing at the Town Hall on April 18th, 2018 at 7 p.m. on said date to consider the said application and to hear all persons interested on the question of the issuance of a conditional use permit to allow a nail spa at 1802 Penfield Road in the Four Corners zoning district. Thank you.
Thank you. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call, please.
Cole.
Aye.
Metzler.
Aye.
Moore,
Aye.
Quinn.
Aye.
4 ayes. Setting an informal neighborhood discussion meeting to discuss the use of transfer of development rights to consider the development of 20 townhomes at 10 plus or minus acres at 1725 Scribner Road.
So moved.
Second.
Whereas Steve Philippone, on behalf of Redstone Builders, requests an informal neighborhood discussion with the town board to discuss the use of transfer of development rights pursuant to Town Law 261-A to consider the development of 20 townhomes on 10 plus or minus acres at 1725 Scribner Road. The property is owned by Daniel Owens and is zoned R120. Now therefore be it resolved that the town board of the Town of Penfield shall hold an informal discussion on April 18th, 2018 at 7 p.m. on said date to discuss the use of transfer of development rights pursuant to Town Law 261-A to consider the development of 20 townhomes on 10 plus or minus acres at 1725 Scribner Road. Thank you.
Thank you. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Cole.
Aye.
Metzler.
Aye.
Moore,
Aye.
Quinn.
Aye.
4 ayes. Authorization for the town board to accept a Monroe County Community Development Block Grant for $29,592 for the 2017 LaSalle's Landing Park Improvement Project and execute agreement OIR 42.
So moved.
Second.
Whereas the Town of Penfield is a member of the Monroe County Community Development Block Grant Urban Consortium, and whereas the Town of Penfield has entered into a cooperation agreement to participate in the Community Development Program and comply with the federal laws and requirements regulating the program. And whereas the Town of Penfield, after consultation with the public, has identified an appropriate use of potential funding in the town, And whereas the Town of Penfield made application to the Monroe County Development Administration for a project that satisfies its requirement, and whereas the Monroe County Development Administration has awarded a grant for a maximum amount of $29,592 for the 2017 LaSalle's Landing Park Improvement Project in the Town of Penfield. Whereas the Town of Penfield has deemed it in the best interest of the town to accept this grant, and now therefore be it resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Penfield accepts the grant and encourages the implementation of this project. And now therefore be it further resolved that the Town of Penfield Supervisor is authorized to execute an agreement with Monroe County for the project and the grant.
Okay, thank you. Would like to thank Legislator Debbie Draw and Legislator George Ebert from the Monroe County Legislature for their help in securing this grant. Thank you. Any discussion? Okay, roll call vote.
Cole.
Aye.
Metzler.
Aye.
Moore.
Aye.
Quinn.
Aye.
4 ayes. Authorization for supervisor to sign recreation contracts.
So moved.
Second.
This resolution authorizes the town supervisor to sign 5 recreation contracts, 2 of which are for upcoming day camps during the spring break.
Great. Okay, any discussion? None? Roll call, please.
Cole.
Aye.
Metzler.
Aye.
Moore.
Aye.
Quinn.
Aye.
4 ayes.
Thank you. Moving on to agenda item number 9, old business. Any matters before the board? No. Moving on to item number 10, new business. Any matters? Okay. This is our second opportunity for public participation. Anybody in the audience? Seeing none, we will move on to the next item, and I believe that concludes tonight's meeting. And board, anything else before? No. Oh, good. All right, well, thank you very much for tuning in. Greatly appreciate your interest in tonight's meeting, March 21st, 2018. That concludes our meeting. Have a good evening. Thank you.